build.
If you get some good
They're
rolls,
both.
you could take out some good chips for them that way.
Who gets a good roll? Him?
The British dude.
I've got two influences. Good. Spain, Argentina. Spain first.
I was going to look at it, so okay.
Oh, that's right. Germans are here.
Deutsch.
Got my buy. Colonial.
Say goodbye.
You should attack me. It'll be fun.
I'm going to.
So when do I get all those free rolls for the Netherlands? Let's just take a look.
2016.
Oh, that was.
Yeah, 3 for France and 3
Oh,
for
they were
You don't have to put them
Romania.
all in there.
No,
I've
they're all
already got
going in there.
Romania.
I know, but you don't have to.
Well,
Squish
they're not
them.
all in there.
Yeah,
I couldn't get them all in there. They're not squished.
squished.
They're not really squished. What else do I want to do? We want to knock Misha out of the game. Where?
Yeah.
Misha.
He's probably pooping again or
Yeah.
smoking a cigarette.
He's smoking a cigarette on the toilet for the 14th time.
Do something to this guy.
We're hitting. I'm hitting them. We're doing it.
Hmm.
He should know better than to light a
Pussy.
cigarette in there, right?
There.
Oh,
There. These guys can't make it. No, he's adjacent right there. No, that's a different territory. I can't there. I'm talking about
Sucks to be you.
the horse. I didn't see that line there.
This one, you can get in with these guys.
Yeah.
So hold it now. What guys were in here?
Don't know.
There were none.
That was a berry buffer? Okay.
Oh, looking.
Yikes. Oh, that's what it was. That's what it was. I can bring those guys in.
Are you going to go in there?
Where?
He did.
Oh, you already did. Okay.
Yeah, he did.
Let's hope he misses them all. So we've
Hope
got
is
3
not
at
a
6
method.
and 1 at 8.
All we've done is eat.
Quit eating. Okay, the rest of the time you're here, just the snacks on the table. That's it.
Okay, between now and 5 a.m.
You think
Okay.
of
Is
snack
anything else,
before I
Will?
leave.
I can do my typical cannon, which I don't have that many. Nice.
You
I don't-
do
I
anything
don't-
down in Africa?
Can I still do this?
I'm doing this.
My
Yeah.
fire?
Yeah, you can.
Yes, you can.
Choose the seed.
But why do that? Why not just go all in?
Because I don't know.
No.
That's how I roll. That's how I roll.
Make Germany great again.
Make Germany miss again.
Chucks and other comments.
Can I like these guys and like move them here?
You'd be invading Sweden.
I don't know. And
Allies would get 2. Sweden would join. Swedish Navy would join.
oh no, never mind.
Um,
Just thought.
Well,
You can-
Apparently you weren't.
Staying.
Oh, good. I want you to stay right there. And Rhodesia, just worth nothing.
Okay, let's do this. So I got a dread, and they fight like a pre-dread because they're wounded.
come on, Bob. Don't get killed on the first shot. Come on, Bob. Run, run, run.
4
Duck.
6s or lower. 1, 2.
2.
2 hits.
Take these two
Plus-
things.
Plus, you've got 2
the-
more, right?
The sub. Can I take the sub?
What's up? Oh, yeah, yeah. I didn't see that. Absolutely. Subbing that. There you go. And now it's your shot back.
No, those are first strike, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are first strike. Now he's got a shot back.
But you have the 5 ships, right, Doug?
8 and I only have
He
4.
only had 4.
Oh,
One at 4. What's the,
8.
is that a cruiser? Cruiser at 6. Nice.
Good, good.
And dread at 8. 2.
2 hits.
Yes.
1, 2.
I say keep.
2.
2. Come on, Bob.
All right.
What, 4?
4, 6. That's 1. And 8. 1. I lost 2.
Yeah. Definitely that one. I tipped that one though, yeah.
That hurt. You had too much stuff. So you got a 6.
But
and
if
a-
you get them though, you get all those transports.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why I'm going for it.
I'd keep going.
1.
2.
yeah.
Let me borrow your damage marker. I'll take that.
See, I'm
Nice
doing
one.
it.
Well, British Navy has taken a significant.
Not enough.
Huge
Not enough,
victory
but-
for the British Navy.
You are gonna.
That was tremendous.
That was a huge,
That was worth it, Doug. That was worth it, but I'm glad for me.
was a huge victory.
Here, he's got a free mover. No, no. He'll stay, and then I'll populate the colonial there.
Yeah, because you could have built there. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't want to give up 1. One, 2, 3, 4.
So it's one railroad on each continent. That it's one rail move, period, not per rail line.
1, 2, 3.
Right, Doug? Or
What's
Will?
that?
What?
One rail move per continent.
Well, no. 4 in Europe,
Well, outside of Europe.
depending on the area. Mainly, it's 1.
Britain's
Yeah.
turn.
Yeah.
Don't forget the extra $2.
Well, do I spend them up front?
Yeah. as long as
Spend 'em any way you want, man.
2.
Oh.
We've got an extra $2, you and
4.
Mm.
I'm using mine on the influence rolls.
Yeah.
It's already
So
done.
seeing Greece with one roll. Where do I stand on Greece? What level?
Greece, you're on.
It would be under the G's.
Yeah, so you would have to roll.
Which one am I?
So in the second one there.
Oh, okay. I thought I had one. Okay, here I go. Nope. And
Tech.
no, I bought more colonial. So attack him here. And that's too close as I see it. It's just too.
I think he's got too much, sir. Other stuff, I can move these over there for you.
No, I'll do it.
Okay.
I kind of enjoy it.
Already.
All right, so I'll roll for Doug's defense here.
Sure.
So I got 4 against his 2.
Okay.
4 at 2, right? 1.
Okay.
It's a pleasant surprise. Nothing.
Nothing.
Got him.
Nothing.
Ooh, very pleasant. Very pleasant. Here you go.
There you go.
He shoots, he scores.
And then I got a lot of non-combat to do and such.
So it'll be your turn next then.
All right. Let's go ahead and make your turn. Nope. We're gonna.
Take a chip off.
We're gonna make 2 attrition rolls there. Nothing. I can't make attrition rolls there. So we're going to rail 1 guy there and here. And that's that. We've got this guy's there. Those guys are there.
Oh, what a freaking disaster.
Have a second militia here.
One more here and the rest are
Right
formulated.
here.
This can be brought over, and these guys were brought over. So the rest of it is.
And we'll.
And I thought that. All right.
So I'm not going to. Go like that.
These guys? Okay. So
Rail. 2 spaces. Walk. Actually, move them that way. One.
And
One.
so what do you guys think about this with the trench lines? I had it be like 6 and we haven't been using our trench line markers. I don't know where they are. You have you would have to place a marker on the border here and the border here.
But that last year.
Yeah. I don't know what that.
Well, so it says that you need 6 infantry class units in order to be entrenched.
Right.
You have to have enough to cover your front, but at, 1 trench here against these guys, but if I have people on the other side, then I don't get that bonus, or does it just protect the whole zone?
I don't know how you differentiate.
Well, we have the markers.
So you would just
them out yet. They just
so you put 6 guys a trench, 6 guys a trench.
if you had 12, you could place it on 2 fronts.
I see.
Excellent.
I don't really know.
It would add a layer of depth to
Bob, why are we
opening
doing
up
this?
bigger fronts across.
You're the one that's where you don't belong.
And just go to a Taj Mahal.
You don't belong. You're from the wrong country, man.
You're next after me. So what do you guys think? Because I just don't know.
I mean, it's accurate. I mean, there's not much happening across us. We're firing, which they did. you know, lobbing back and forth and not much movement.
Hmm.
Does it make the game interesting? Hard to break that trench line, you know?
Yeah, really hard.
Even when Ryan had a pretty good ratio a couple turns ago, he went against me. But the third turn, he had to stop, right? No, first turn. You know, they can do trench lines. You only can do battle once.
Yeah.
I think trench lines could just take away first strike hits. That's it.
What do you think
The
of me
rest of
moving a
these
couple of the
battling.
guys down this way?
So you
Yeah.
think
If you need
have a
them,
trench line, first strike should go
See,
away?
I just built two.
Because you're in trench.
But it wouldn't
May-
give you
maybe
a
next
defender
turn.
bonus.
I was gonna start,
It would keep it
yeah,
very
I was
simple.
gonna start doing
You
things.
couldn't do a first strike.
I'd leave a couple of transports here and a couple
Oh,
of transports.
no,
Like I'm
the whole
moving my
point of
Navy
this-
up.
if
So
you're
that'll
trying to-
protect whatever you leave
Yeah.
behind.
The whole point of the defender bonus
Okay, yeah,
is
I'm only gonna
to
leave,
stall the western
I'm only gonna
front
take one
out, so
transport,
that
come down here, because I already have a couple moving
we have
around.
the historic
okay.
I was just gonna
reality
give
of,
myself some more
you know, you've got-
flexibility
Yeah,
to
definitely.
get in the mix, guy. This is what I
Um,
like about this game. I mean, I like a World War One
If you
global.
give,
Everybody thinks about this.
You should
already
take this
got
with you too.
modifiers
Yeah.
for terrain,
But
for
do you want to
cities,
repair it
for
before you leave
fortifications,
here?
Stuff like that.
That's the thing.
think I
gotta
need
think
it?
about.
I
On
think
that side of the world?
entrenching,
Well, the only thing that I
Yeah.
don't, other than
Uh,
dice,
getting
is,
hits is harder.
Yeah.
if you
But
don't,
if
then
it's
it only
one-on-one
takes one
combat,
hit, right?
it's just
Right.
And knock
Well,
you
no, I might
So it would
repair
just
it,
be-
but what I was gonna say was,
No,
do I
the
need it down
defender's
here?
at plus
I was
2.
thinking about just,
I mean,
I'm just
an
saying, like,
attack
if I
against a
move
trench
all my
line is a
Navy up
bloody
here,
disaster,
then I'm protecting your ships, right?
right?
Because he's got
So my
nothing up here
question
now,
is,
right?
if you're
Right.
here, and you have 6 guys, does it protect this and this and
my
this, or just one?
perception of a naval threat anywhere else in the world, though, is pretty minimal.
Yeah,
Hey, Will,
we pretty
Yeah.
much own
or
the seas.
everyone, hey,
I mean, he converts
Um,
these guys, but
Elijah Morton, what do you think about the one or 2 dice to repair a battleship in this Dread? You think it's too strong, too heavy?
the same as with global.
I
War,
think
with,
6
the
ought to be
faces
the new.
No. We're talking to repair.
Yes.
Six.
We discussed a solution where you don't pay.
2d6 is so expensive, nobody ever does it.
Well, think about this. Like, let's say, okay, then it's the cost of the first production.
Yeah.
That,
still
we
6.
talked about
That's
that.
1 point different.
Yeah,
Average roll.
in this game, it's a bit
No,
But
different.
it could be
no,
12
no.
though, like that's
But it could be
just
two.
debilitating.
Average
But your
roll,
average over time is 7.
But you could hit it. You could do 12.
How
Yeah,
many?
That means you
the
got
trouble
extensive
is,
damage.
the trouble is, how often
But
do you
you're not
actually
hearing what they're
repair
saying.
battleships?
No
Never.
one
To
does it.
achieve the average, you have to suck down some
And you-
11-point repairs, or I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Well, and you know, usually you need that battleship and you don't have time to take it back somewhere.
Where do you
Yeah.
want it?
Unless
Yeah,
you're
it's probably
already
not
there,
best,
right? Because it's going to waste the entire.
Hey, do this.
season.
Do 1 die 6. You got a 1 through 6. But if you roll a 1, you have to roll a second die.
How about if you roll a 6? You have to roll a second die.
But
No, because you're only doing
but-
6 damage. If you only do 1, you have to roll that second
You-
die.
No, that's
but
weird.
then you're rolling twice for something that's
I
just
know.
making it complicated.
Why don't you
You don't
just
have to roll,
the
but you
first
can only do
cost? The first
Yes,
cost of
but
the
why
build
not
site.
having a fixed
Then
price
that's the same as the
so that
average.
you know if you have a
Yeah.
naval battle?
What's the
Exactly.
fixed
The
price?
first cost is 4 on these things.
I'm good with
the
the
first
average.
price.
It's going
I
to
don't
cost
get
less on
that.
there.
The first
Because
price it
there's-
takes to
it's a
put a
fixed cycle.
put a battleship in the queue, that's the fixed price of.
How about it's called 5?
That's what I say, call it 5. 5 to repair a
That's what I
dreadnought.
did in Global 25 Meltdown. Everything's 5. You don't have to think about it.
5.
I like 5.
Well, if you do it with the amount it takes to put it on the queue, is that if you get advanced shipyards, your repairs also get.
Then it's 3.
Or
I
4.
mean-
I'd say 4, even though it's $2 less for a ship.
Um,
That doesn't mean that, like, the cost of a whole ship is $2 less. So the cost of repair doesn't have to be a whole $2.
Yeah.
It could
should
just
go
be
down to
$1.
1.
But then I don't
Yeah.
care about it. Then I'm completely not caring about that 1 point.
That's just not to repair ships, though, the advanced shipyard, right?
It's to build ships.
To build.
But I
To
say
build
repair
ships, too.
too.
I know, but people are buying it because of build, not so much to repair. But if you get the repair one cheaper as well as the build cheaper, it's a little bit more incentive.
I'd rather have it too, just so it's clear. But
Okay, sure.
minus 2 to your pair, so now you're 3.
Sure, if you want, yeah.
That's too cheap.
No, I don't think so, because while repairing, the ship is out of functioning while you would have it function. And longer to build a dreadnought than building a submarine, which, when on the board, can do damage. While a
Would it
dreadnought
be
is
nice to have
still
a
being
same
built.
solution in both games?
So you got
Yeah, I think so.
effect versus cost.
I'm good with 5 because,
For a
like,
submarine,
let's say somebody
the
goes,
effect
but it's
is
not
faster
realistic.
in the
Okay,
game,
it's not
which
realistic.
gives it more,
But guess what? Over
credit.
time, it's going to average
You
out.
more
Yeah.
time
But why not
to
keep
build
it
a
to 7,
dreadnought,
But
right?
why not have the same?
even
Because
though its
then the
effectiveness is higher
The
in
price
battle.
differs.
It still
depending
takes
on
more
what-
Well,
time.
we've only got one ship in this game,
With
and
damage,
Yeah.
and it goes over more
having it repaired
production
takes
cycles,
more time
so it's
too.
only $4.
Well, but
It shouldn't necessarily be
I just wanted to,
expensive.
if we could make a system that works,
Yeah.
it will simplify things. for players. So they always knew that, okay, the price of repairing is always what it costs to put it on.
But your more expensive ships are better protected, so they take less damage.
Again, I'm looking for a simple solution.
Yeah, it's
5
a simple
damages.
solution.
5 points of damage. Simple as you get,
Yeah, fair enough.
right?
I mean, you could just say 5 in the
Or,
other game too.
hey,
right?
here's another solution. You can pay whatever it is. You can basically do, like, if you've got a path back and you're placing this box, and then maybe pay.
But
Like-
that would give a feat that you can bring a ship
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess you'd have.
from there to there, pay, and have it here.
No,
well, it's not actually over here physically.
That
like
makes
it's-
fine.
No, you
both
have
games.
strategic movement.
Okay.
You could bring the.
I think that
you could bring
we
the
all
thing
agree
back
that it's
faster.
too expensive in the other game.
it'll
So-
cost out average over time.
Yeah.
You know, you could look at it that way. But yeah, so that would also, like, if you wanted to recall a battleship, you just take a damage, then it shows it back there. But I'm just thinking, like, okay, let's say it got damaged and it limps all the way back here over time, and then it's back, right? It's just if you needed it, it would be weird because you damage it and then you get it back there. You could put it on stage 2.
Well, you can say that it
Yeah.
takes, you use one of your strategic naval movements.
Yeah, you could do that, but where people are like, "Oh, my battleship got damaged and I need it in Japan." Oh, back on the queue. The next turn, it's at the shipyard. But that's realistic.
No, I think you have to drive it back to a shipyard before you could repair it. Sail it back, sorry.
Okay.
You can't just take it off and put it on the queue because it doesn't matter where you damaged it, right? Like these are the kind of things you have to think about when you're deciding to damage this or am I going to lose the
Do I have
sub,
a
right?
shipyard
Yeah.
nearby?
You know, like you have to think about, where
That's
am
why
I?
Dockyards are nice, especially for the British. Gives them more places to repair.
Yeah.
And if it's allied, I mean, and you're fighting
Yeah,
Americans,
then you
can
wouldn't
go to
build
the
'em.
British
That's true.
dockyard and repair.
Not in the other game.
I'm
There's
just saying they
another
could.
solution which doesn't
What other
require dice.
36,
Yeah.
36, you
That
can only
is,
use
if
your
you
own
take-
bases.
That's what I'm saying.
If you want,
It's
then you
not
just,
set.
that's, yeah, you could.
But
I
you
mean,
have to
you
be
would- I
careful
mean,
not
we
rolling too many
repaired
dice.
British
If you take the hit on a
ships in our
battleship and
dockyards.
I know, that's why we all
hit
thought it was
by
weird that you
5
couldn't use the other guys' bases
from another
in
dreadnought.
your game.
We can ask
damage
Will
would
what
be
his
fine.
thinking is on that.
That's an interesting solution.
Go bomber, say in global war, and it rolls a 3, so it's get targets.
Whatever they roll to hit you is the damage.
The target would be selected on the battleship, but it would just be 3.
So the heavier unit, like a battleship, hits you on a 7, you take 7 damages.
How do you know which one hit what though?
Or you'd have to designate.
The only issue is that you have to remember it.
Yeah, but
Yeah, you
It's
have
a
to
cool
be
idea.
careful with naval-
Because the only
Well,
targeted
yeah,
one is
put
going to be a
die
low
down there
is
and
going to be a
turn it.
low one, right? Whereas like you're rolling 5 dice, you got big navies, 10 dice. Who's to say that hit went on that ship, right? And it didn't take out that sub or
In naval
like
battles,
you-
you have to
because a
roll for
fighter
each thing and
is
take
gonna hit on
casualties.
what?
for
take a
each hit.
casualty after each roll.
Six or less,
it
right?
could hit on a 6 or less. So
That kind
You
of
can do
complicates
up
it
to
then
six.
too, because
That
it's
is
gonna
gonna be
the rolling's
down
gonna
to
take
7.
longer, right? take off now, you and your partner talk
Submarine
about
can
it,
only
you
do
could
and then
take-
the next roll, and then
you
what
could
should I
take the
do now,
highest of
right?
the
They
roll.
could actually game it because
Actually, more damage
once
than
take the battleship.
Yeah, you could game it. You're right.
Because then there's only one in damage and it's easy to repair.
You could take the highest roll. The highest would be an 8 from another dreadnought.
But yeah,
If it's a dreadnought hitting you.
you could wait and you could be like, oh, that's a 2. I'll take that on my battleship.
Eight's a lot to pay for
Yeah.
damage.
Then we're already back above the mean.
Yeah.
Of the
Yeah.
damage that we were assigning.
So
It's a great idea though.
So
Yeah.
the idea is great, but
Yeah,
do it in a battle is
because that was too much. You might only pay 2, but you might pay 12, right?
I think the solution for the first step on the board
I would say so too if these
is the
costed
best one.
5 or 6, but 4 is a little bit low, eh?
Yeah, but like I said, it has to sell back. The effectiveness of the units is gone.
You could say that its movement ability is only 1 now that it's damaged.
Well, then it'll limp across the board.
Yeah, unless it was at a port and could go, right?
Unless it was out of
You,
port.
I would
strategic
strategic
move.
move it back to the harbor.
But you'd have to get to the port first.
My idea, and I just remembered, my idea, you were talking about the minor and the major dockyards. What I was thinking was, you just ring a bell there. Minor, how much damage you had on your battleship. If you didn't have much damage on your battleship, which is superficial, superstructure, stuff like that, you could go into a minor dockyard and get it fixed. But if you had a lot of damage, the reason you had to go to this because those guns or anything else is so heavy. A lot of those dockyards or shipyards didn't have the capability and say, oh, I've got just a number greater than 5. Now you have major damage.
Who was it that had the
Then you
idea
would-
that they repaired die 6 damage yesterday?
Well,
Was
there's
that-
an easier way for this.
But I'm just saying, then you would have to go to a major dockyard.
Instead
That's
of
what I said
using
yesterday,
the
and you hated that.
instead
Yes.
of using the attacker roll, use the defending roll of the battleship to decide how much damage it takes. That's an idea.
But it's at 8 again.
It's
That's high.
It defends at 8.
I know. If it defends at a 5, you would have 5 damage. If it defends, you would have 8 damage
So
as
you'd
a
have a-
maximum.
But you're back to a variable die roll once again.
Yes, but it's an option.
Okay, well,
You don't have to look at the attacker, which of the destroyers hit it. No, it's a defending roll, but you're going to take a hit anyway, so it has to still shoot. It has to still defend. If you do it as the attacker, you take the defensive roll.
Yeah, this can be gamed.
But still, you roll
Remember it.
imagine there's
Yeah.
a battleship out there by itself, a attack bomber hits it, and you use like you said, the 7 or less, attack hits on a 7 or less, hits, okay, and is damaged. So.
Look at this.
that's-
Look at this. We have, okay, and there are dreadnoughts in it. So, this one is the attacker. It rolls a 10. That's a miss. But I'm going to keep the die with the dreadnought, because if it's going to take a hit as the attacker, that's my damage. Or it might be lowered to an 8.
I don't see how that's logical though.
You didn't hit.
because it failed on a really bad roll.
I know, but how does that translate to how damaged it is?
Because it had a screwy. It had a screwy.
It missed the guy.
No, but it's not a miss. It's a screwy operation over several months of I mean, this is its entire operating cycle in a long period of
Eli,
time.
you're back to an 8 dice. You're back to an 8 die.
Yeah.
So that you risk.
So okay, keep going, Deutsch. Just keep going.
So the defender.
Oh, is he attacking?
Anyway, say it's a 4. Okay, so there is a hit there.
It's okay.
Got a hit. So I'm saying I take 1 on the dread.
Yeah.
It's going to shoot in defense.
At a 7.
So it rolls a 4. Got a hit, but that's the damage on my ship.
Okay.
That's okay
It
when
makes
it's 4, but what if you rolled back and it was a 12? Then we're back to where square one.
Well, you
It's
could-
like the two-sided dice.
You could set a maximum.
Two,
Say
six.
maximum is the starting point. So say 4.
Brilliant idea.
So if
I
you-
love
if
it,
you
but it's
roll
too.
high-
It is a good
It's
idea.
a great idea to use the same dice because it represents how well you
do
did.
a maximum of 4.
Yeah.
That would mean you always have 4 unless
The challenge
you
of all
roll
these
a 3
different
or
ideas
a 4
is that
lower.
there's no doubt that there is a complaint or something that we're trying to adjust because it's too expensive to repair battleship. But if we throw out the entire mechanism, then we really have to impact how does that get dealt with across the series of games? Because this is going to, we're going to have the more things like, the easier it is not to forget some of the more complicated matters.
All right, how about let's just try this: 5 IPPs into story.
For both games.
Just for today, just for right now.
I'm okay with just one
And
less thing.
and it's just 2 less than the average roll you're going to get each time.
Yeah.
We can have an advanced rule that does that.
Yeah. I was just going to say, it occurs to me that, like I said, 4 was too low.
Yeah.
But then I remembered all of the incomes in this game are low. Like, we're not
Standard
seeing people
5.
making $50, $60 like we are
Right.
in the other game.
Roll-
That's true.
So maybe 4 is okay.
Yeah, you can.
Because, I mean, 4 is a lot for Italy.
as a-
You know,
Yeah.
4 is a lot for the Ottoman Empire. 4 is even a lot for me, right? Like, I only make $24.
To do the advanced.
True. Okay.
But I can go with 5 too, but that's consistent with the other game though, if we wanted to do the number it costs to move it along, right?
The first number.
Yeah.
Just do that for now. I mean, it's close enough.
Is that for repairs?
Then you
Yeah.
got to look it up.
Was that?
And you got to look it up.
Not really, because
Yeah.
we know that it's $4 to
You
move
have
it
to
along.
look it up when you buy the doggone thing. I haven't memorized this chart yet.
You got to look it up, and then in 36, people's placement costs are different.
Did that was because battleships are more expensive than other battleships, and that's why that system worked good. You know, like it should cost you more to
What
repair
are you
a
gonna
heavy
do in
battleship.
1861? Is it gonna be
countries.
5?
It's going to be 2 wood and a metal.
Yeah.
Huh?
I don't even ask me, but
Well, they won't, because they're gonna be single shots. Because if we're doing pre-dreads at 1, nothing in 1861 is gonna take 2 hits. Of course, if you're firing,
man of war.
The Merrimack and the Monitor.
those aren't battleships.
I know, but I mean, if you introduce them to the game, they virtually came out of, unscathed in most engagements.
Yeah, the ordnance wasn't very good.
Right.
All right.
So you make a decision now. We've got all the
let's
information.
just try 5 for a little while and see how it works.
Okay, I'm attacking you here.
And then
Just for that, I'm gonna attack you.
and see what happens. Just see if you hate it.
Go for
Just see if you hate it.
Okay, I missed. You've got 2 horses.
Oh, where's you coming from?
From Romania.
Oh, I don't know. It's there. No hits.
We get 3, don't we? Three rounds.
And
Nothing.
Italy, not last.
1 hit.
Anyway.
Okay, so I got 3. 2 hits. So I lost 2. France goes up 2. Austria-Hungary goes down 2.
Yeah.
I think that's the first territory I've actually taken over in the whole game. There's that one.
From now on, I am.
And I don't know if I got my money for the Romania one either. When I took that,
Okay.
So it should be at 27
That was
now.
last turn.
Ooh, so we can still
You're
mark it.
showing 30.
30? It shouldn't be at 30. That was probably.
I moved you up already.
It was probably because of the money lending, right?
Okay, so
remember that.
you should be at 27.
27, yeah.
Okay.
And so here I'm going to do a round on this, but I
Okay.
didn't bother moving them because then I'd have to move them all back again. So we got fighters again, Doug. You and I meeting in the skies.
Go for it.
Lucy in the sky.
You and I fighting in the sky.
Gotta throw a die.
9. Missed.
6.
Okay, so I got
Is it
5,
just one
10,
round for aircraft?
11, 12, 13. So
I bought an airplane.
12 actually, because it's gonna make one of these guys more. 6, 9, 12.
What are you
You
doing?
attacking?
I'm attacking you.
Oh, I thought you were just doing an airplane attack.
No,
Oh,
no,
no.
no.
He's going full
He's going the full thing.
So 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I got 1 at 6, 6. So 6 so far.
How are you attacking so high?
I'm cheating. You gotta watch closer.
A 4? How are you attacking on a 4 though?
No, the
Artillery.
artillery attacked on a 4,
Oh,
but
I-
one of them attacked on a 6
Because
because
of the plane.
the plane. So 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
How many of those were
But I have 10, 11, 12, 13. So I just got one dude at 2. Missed. And then I got 2, 3, 6,
You had 8 at first strike.
9, 10, 11, 12.
Wait, you're doing just to do first strike first and his first strike back.
Oh, yeah, go ahead and do your first strike.
Yeah, how many did you first strike?
6.
6.
Okay.
You got 5, 7 back.
One, two, two.
I do the same thing.
Yeah, oh, yeah. One of yours got to roll at 2 more. Unless you want to choose to put that on the dude. Like, it doesn't have to be the artillery, right?
Attrition. Attrition. What is it? Kind of
You once or twice?
attrition. Yeah.
Twice.
I haven't heard of it.
Twice.
Is it like shooting into the territory?
Okay, so I have 10, 12, and they're all upscaled. Okay.
Fighters plus hit each other on the first round of combat. Fighters.
Okay, these are all at 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your shot.
I got 4.
And don't forget the plane, because you didn't roll it.
And this is the first round.
I thought the plane helped him.
Oh, yeah.
1.
Okay, so.
You said 4?
5.
So has anybody moved across the border over there?
Nope.
No, it's a complete stalemate.
That's a real Western
But
front
you only get
for
to
you.
throw once, right, Brian?
Yeah. Well, I only
Alright.
got to throw once because there was a trench line there.
I'm throwing in this next round.
Yeah. Well, it depends. Yeah.
Up, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw. We're gonna beat him down.
So that's done. Now, 1, 2.
Now, do you want to leave some of your Navy back in case he gets Argentina or anything like that?
If he gets Argentina, though, the Americans will
I got
be
Argentina,
around
no.
too pretty soon, won't they?
Why?
Here, I'll leave that.
Will was talking, doesn't that violate the Monroe Doctrine potentially if they get aggressive?
It doesn't in 36.
If you align them, I think it'll be different than if you attack.
If you attack them, it's a clear violation.
But if you align them, it doesn't matter.
They've made a choice.
So now I'm
to be
done.
part of-
Go
So
ahead,
if you align them
You
and
wanna
they
do a
attack
Brazil roll?
somebody over there, then that'd be a
What roll?
violation, right?
Brazil roll?
Yes.
Okay.
Considered to be German.
No, not no.
At that
I
point.
already rolled,
Yep. You roll 1 already.
so there.
You.
Nope. I bought 3 dudes. I said, so
My income is 27.
I'm confident.
Good.
What's this computer here?
What do you need?
I need you to go this way.
Hold on, back up.
Thank you.
Moving your laptop, my friend, because I like to see it functional.
All right.
So, time for me to go to the bathroom. Might as well take this.
When I land tomorrow, Pennsylvania's supposed to get slammed by snow. Oh, yeah. I might, if we're not delayed and the snow forecast doesn't change, which is, it's gonna change, but
I'm done.
anyways, I'll make it in. It's just starting.
Okay, next.
Well, that'll be all right as long as you don't get a ground stop before you depart.
I forgot to put my cell phone.
Because what happened to me on my way up here, Denver was foggy.
Uh,
So we had a 2-hour ground stop. Luckily, I had a long enough delay for my flight to Tulsa where I didn't miss my connect.
I'll miss
It's
my
your turn,
connection.
then.
Well, no problem.
So America first is what I've been doing so that he can get going. So we're kind of doing it America and then Russia. Is it? Oh,
America first.
it's
Oh,
a
yes.
D6. That's
D6.
right. I keep forgetting that. Ooh, that was a bad one. Do you want one on the chart there? And then I still, what am I? Yeah, I'm still not enough.
I got 20.
Yeah, I'm still not enough to build in. At least build ships in the Pacific. So I just get to put my guys down.
Oh, that's hilarious. You see this part?
Two. I got an industry. What is it?
Oh, really?
Four
Western
in the
Ireland. Wow.
Somebody posted it on Facebook.
Nice.
What is it? Russian Ireland?
Hey, that's your
I
stuff.
saw that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Russia. Ireland.
For what game? This game?
Well, they're definitely playing
36.
36.
Oh, okay.
Just let me see if there's anything in the comments. Kurt Purdy wrote, that's interesting.
Okay. Oh, can I roll? What do I roll to figure out the damage on my battleship?
5.
Pay 5.
Oh, it's just 5 flat out. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm not going to worry about it right now because there's no bother me. But let's see.
Right now, the Allies are making 129 a turn, and without America, and the Central Powers are making 58.
Well, I'm on you here, Will.
Okay, let's do it. I got four artillery first strike.
And I've got 6.
Okay. Where'd they all come from?
They
came
Some
from up
from
there.
here and then some from Kiev. Yeah.
All right.
Do I have a? Yes, I do.
Nothing.
Wow. Same here. So then I'm going to promote 6 of my infantry. And that's on a 3, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
3 hits.
2 hits.
2 hits. Okay. Coming back at you with
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I have 4 unpromoted.
the militia don't fight.
Yep. So they got pushed up. They're not supposed to.
Okay. How many hits have you got so far?
2.
Okay. 2 hits. So
and however many you got there.
coming back at you with I've got a trench line this time. 6. So that's 2 hits.
Ouch. It's total.
Total.
Yep.
Okay.
So now we're gonna press it for the second one here.
Okay. I no longer have trench integrity.
Let's see. Artillery.
Okay.
And now I'm gonna do my promoted. 2.
Far.
Yep, 2 regular.
Okay.
2 hits. So
I
I
told
got
you total 6.
total of 6.
Okay. All right. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait a minute. I got 3 regular infantry. And I get 1 hit.
All right.
And I get 4 artillery.
1 more.
1 more hit.
Okay. So did I that was 6 hits for me. Did I eliminate him?
You got everything but the artillery that are right there.
All right.
So this is
So
round 3.
Round 3. I got him.
Okay. They fire back. 1 hit.
1 hit. Good job.
Okay. This is over for the Axis.
Russia up 1 and the Austrians go down 1. Do you want to do that for me, Elijah?
I got it.
Or he's got it. Okay. So. Ooh. Well, I still got all these Germans here too.
That's
So.
quite the steamroller, though.
And from Belarus and Kiev, everything I could, and I am going to hold on the Ottomans because I'm not quite confident with
It's a
that.
pressure over here.
Can you rail any?
Oh yeah, I can rail 2 units.
I mean, you may want to. I don't know if you want to.
Well, he's got quite a force there, so 1 or 2 guys there just be throwaways.
Yeah.
Do is I could rail him up to Petrograd, and maybe rail in 1 more of these guys, and call that my Ruski turn.
This guy is in
You got to place units, yeah.
Yep. So for units, I don't have a lot. Let's see, where's my industry? I can put him in Petrograd. I can put 2 guys in Kiev.
Now, if you start with 1, it's a good building block. If you got a,
1 infantry, you mean?
I don't know. What do you
I can do an infantry there, so. And I don't have to worry about paratroopers. That's a good thing. So I'm gonna call that Russian turn, and I feel pretty satisfied with that. Oh, I think I overate a little bit.
I gotta go to the toilet as well.
Mexican,
A
right?
lot of information that doesn't need to be shared with the audience.
We had Mexican with La Cerveza, so. But it was very good. I haven't had cerveza for about a week now, so. Okay, well.
Are we at the end of this?
I think we're at the end of this game pretty much. The amount of money that
But
the
you
Allies
said
is making is
But you said I could fall into
how much
revolution
you can. They're making 8
in a few
hours.
turns, though. Even if I'm doing fall into a revolution,
It's true. You can.
so it's surmountable over here. But you know, in what is it, 3 turns? Even if I'm up here, I could still hit Yeah.
he could collapse. But
And if that
in
happens,
3 turns, I mean, there's a chance the
gonna-
Brits are walking into Munich, though.
Yeah.
I mean, the French hit the Germans hard. I'm about to follow up.
do you
like-
think it's just because I've played really conservatively as the Russians, or we talked
It's
earlier
held.
about the Russian income. Is it too high?
Right now to 58 is the income differential
What-
in Axis and Allies.
What if
Everything's based on historical numbers.
what
When
if
you artificial the Japanese? Did Doug say that you gave him a little bit of extra stuff, a little extra money?
Probably, but they didn't do a whole lot. They're not the whole reason. They're not the problem.
what if
I know,
what if
but
Japan joins the
it's just
Central Powers?
another-
How much will that
Just
help
another
them?
thing. Just another.
Not much. I mean, if we took off,
And that's the you said that's the central or the Entente, the Triple Entente without the U.S.
without the U.S.,
Wow.
Ooh.
that's without any U.S.
Is
Pressure.
that how it was meant to be?
Well, no, I basically took all the numbers and put them into a system and said, let's just start with the realities of what's here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're looking at now, is how balanced and trying to make a system that is hard to crack the trenches.
Well, you want to talk to Doug about going another round or cleaning her up?
I don't know. Would love for some input. And you guys think? I think I've played enough to see what's going to happen. The game feels unbalanced to me right now.
Mhm.
It hasn't before, but it feels like
It's unbalanced right now.
right now the amount of money that's coming in.
What do you feel unbalanced at this time from last time? Is it
I
the
feel like
neutral?
this front has caved. That's the unbalanced part to me. You guys will be in Munich in one round and in Berlin in this next round. He'll pump a bunch of stuff in there. But
How was the luck or the dice? Was anyone side die?
Did you have any bad luck, Doug, on the side?
I mean, more bad than
I rolled like
Yeah, I rolled a bit better than he did.
I rolled
Thing
like-
is,
How much variance are we looking at in the dice rolls?
I'd say my
fairly
dice
big
rolls were half.
It was
and half,
it was
half
pretty
good,
big
half
this last
bad.
time.
Yeah.
It was pretty big.
but there was at least 2 turns two big turns. But the bigger thing is, one of the problems is these neutrals are in the way here. Like if he could open this front up, it would have forced me on two fronts here. I took every penny that I made. I didn't spend it anywhere else on the board, whereas he had to do that. Like he's Germany, he's got things he's got to do. I don't. I'm right here, right? So
Yeah.
every penny I made went into this space right here
Yeah.
because it was a choke point. He can't get around me. He can't get around me.
He
What
chose not to hit Belgium.
What I've
I would
seen
have been in
happen in the
trouble
front.
if Italy went the other way.
Historically, they took Lorraine, they wiped it out, and France had to consolidate, and then they. So
But anyway, I was just able to put
Where?
everything in there, right there, everything in there. Plus Britain, and he's never getting through there. So for me, it was just a matter of pounding him every turn. He could only spend a certain amount of his here. I spent everything I had.
Believe it or not, why it may seem like a small thing, if you took the British transport off the board and forced at least buy it the first round, like the last phase of it, that would have actually taken some units off for the first turn. Like if Belgium, and you have your ratios. I mean, you gotta be
Is it
careful.
realistic that they don't have a transport?
well, is you could think of it this
Troop
way.
transport,
Think this way.
possibly.
Is
They wouldn't be transport.
logistical.
No, port large
So
armies,
no one else
possibly.
Or
not.
it's mothballs.
So no one else gonna have one then?
No.
It's all
Because
about
they were
parts.
ready more than the US was ready or anybody else.
Yeah, but he's got a U.S. fleet set up.
I
for
think
the
these
US
guys are
to come
underpowered.
at
See,
the
if these
tail
guys
end.
could take on most of the Russian thing, then these guys could spend more over here.
Move it down to
One of the
Gibraltar.
things that,
Move it to
that they
Gibraltar.
really
You know, if you're gonna think about
is
that.
key here is if
I
they
will.
take Switzerland, if
Mhm.
the Germans take Switzerland, then they force these guys' hand, they force this here, and if Belgium's out, like then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 fronts here that we have to defend. Right now we only have 2 places we have to defend.
Yeah.
This base here is really key, right? So
Well, it's
Could be an
mountains.
income thing too. I mean,
yeah, I think the income on these guys might have been a bit low. If they had more money, then they could hold off the Russians or do. They could spend more money over here. I was watching Doug. He was hardly able to put anything over here. Like he couldn't spend as much as I could, and that's the problem, right? And then with you in there as well, then it was way over.
yeah,
way
but
over.
I mean, you know, the I didn't pay that much attention to your opening moves, but again, Germany threw with some small exception of indecisiveness. Germany, everything they had through Belgium and opened up, like you said, kind of 2 front possibility.
That was in the last game.
Well, in history.
Oh, in history.
In
yeah.
history.
Yeah, the fact that it was a choke point here, like Germany either needed to take this out or influence it or something, right? With this one open, then it forces me 2 fronts.
So, yeah, he could have forced you on 2 fronts.
I mean, the
but
reality,
wouldn't that split out
Doug,
his
back to your
logistics
point.
too?
With a whopping 2 infantry on the first turn. That was it. So, you know, but that would the French would have been hard.
Yeah, but Switzerland might even be a better play than Belgium, because like I said, you got these guys here, right? So these guys got these guys and these guys. Once you get past here, Italy's done. There's nothing left of Italy, right? But I mean, if you can get into Marseille back here, it's just,
Switzerland's just tough with those mountains.
yeah, it should be tough.
Yeah, they probably don't.
But it's
Actually,
not
wait a minute.
overwhelmingly tough, is it?
Actually, no, look at that. Switzerland only goes into Lorraine. Yeah, so that's
Oh,
wrong.
you were thinking Marseille.
Yeah, but it
Yeah.
still comes.
But I mean, Belgium here would have opened up Cardi though.
Mhm.
That's why I was saying a bit earlier, a couple hours ago now, that the neutrals are in our way. Like we need to find a way to resolve them quicker.
Can you
I don't want
attack
to get
them?
rid of the neutrals. I want to see them
Well,
resolved easier.
Germany would resolve Belgium by just.
So if I would have hit Belgium
playing,
at
by the
first,
way?
what
Nobody right now. They're
what
just
happened?
discussing.
Well, then I would have been forced to
US
defend
and
2
Russia
places.
are
I'm talking
done,
about,
so yeah,
what
Japan can go.
consequences for the
Yeah,
Allies?
but
or-
Italy's.
Oh, I don't
first,
know. That would have been in.
I don't know
Italy's
if there's
first
much in the way of
Japan?
consequences
Oh, they
at
are.
all.
Yeah. I don't.
Well, they're
I
not
think you
gonna
can take
interfere with
any.
you, though.
Both sides can
So
take
you
any
can
neutral
get
they want.
moving.
The
No,
consequence-
well, you can, because I asked him about that, but the consequence of taking Sweden, I think, he says, well, they're going to go Axis and blah, blah, and all that.
Well, this was on your flank. If you had landed in Gothenburg, and this is no big deal. This on your flank was the reason I thought you said no, I don't do it. When he said
Oh, no, I had like 7, 8, 9 ships at the time.
No.
I
It's
wasn't
possible
worried
the
about
French
when
have
you
too many
asked
ships,
about
too.
landing in Gothenburg, the time I heard you,
Well, France's
said,
navy was
well, their
historically
army
pretty
and
good
their
though
navy
too.
will convert.
Like
your navy was out here. That's when I heard you ask. That's why I thought you said
It's
no,
hard
because
if
this
you're
guy
doing it
would have just gone.
historically, it's very hard because they did.
So that's why I thought you said no. But in reality, taking Gothenburg is no big deal, other than this thing. And if you had your navy, that's insignificant.
Right.
So
Stronger understanding of the neutrals and how they play in this game spelled out,
yeah,
because the neutrals, all the neutrals was just,
attacking the neutrals in this is no different than the consequences in G36. You have to fight them. In fact, they're gonna align to somebody as soon as they're attacked if they survive. So I've end here. This is now whether it's UK or French or whatever it is, it is.
So
If you
the
don't
designer
take it
notes
down.
really needs to let the German player that says you really need to go to Belgium, take them out. That was established two fronts.
Yeah, I mean, it was the plan.
As far as in scope,
He did it.
Yeah, but everyone, when I say something about historical, I'm for the fit because alternate history things. I'm just saying.
You could do the same thing with Switzerland. You could pound northern Italy. I mean, yeah, there's all sorts of. The most logical is take that. The difference is, you know why I didn't start trying to align Belgium at the beginning of the game? Because I thought you were going to take them down. Like, why should I spend money to move them pro UK if you're going to just invade them before I even get them there? So I ignored them for like 2 or 3 rounds.
So I should have been able, to me, I should have been able to bomb with my Zeppelin.
Yeah, this thing. What do you thinking? Carpet bombing, and it has a carpet bombing and a strategic bombing capability. Is
Well,
that
he's
what
got
you're
a
thinking?
strategic, but I think it should just be able to attack. Might not be real high.
I
Should be able to
mean,
do something.
it's 1d6 for its strategic.
A
Carpet.
D6?
That's what he said. 1d6.
I'm sticking 6-sided dice.
And then
For that.
it's nothing. If you wanted carpet bombing, it could be 2d12 at a 1, because the bombers and the what is it, the heavy and global 36 is 3d12 at a 1.
Yeah,
So you could do 2d12 at a 1.
yeah.
It's not a lot,
something,
but hey.
Something.
Yeah.
That way I could use it.
Yeah, I
So you
mean,
want to use the pieces.
um,
They never did get to buy a camel.
no. Well, I never even knew what they cost. And camels do need to be produced in places.
I think I think we said the same price as cavalry.
Oh, okay.
Cavalry.
Yeah.
Cavalry.
where does he have the national stuff?
Cavalry. CAV. Cavalry. We go to Calvary and repent
By the way,
for
did you
killing.
read the rules I wrote down for Japan?
Yeah, you said I couldn't read them.
Can I get a
No, I
copy?
didn't say-
Yeah, I said I want to read them. No, you can't read them.
I said you can. You can read them.
I haven't seen them.
Oh, those were bad.
Well,
Yes.
can you show Doug the rules I wrote down for Japan?
The magnetic current was set up, right?
So do you have in your notes, Will, that we're gonna add Zeppelins? We're talking about making them where we can use them.
More
What
range.
do you think? Yeah, go.
Yeah, I have that in there.
And what about roll 2d12s, 2 or less? I'm sorry, 1 or less,
For what?
because they want to like use them to bomb
Are these
something.
like super cold?
Yeah, like a strategic bomber, you use 3d12s at a 1,
No.
use 2.
It was my crazy idea.
No, you use,
It's not crazy,
it's not how you do it. Oh, you mean carpet bomb?
yes.
I don't think they had a history of doing that, did they?
Oh, I won't say it's carpet bombing, but they bombed.
They can strategic bomb
Did
in
they
the rules.
bomb troops? Is all we're saying.
Not really. No, they bombed factories and stuff like that, and they were at such a high altitude that the fighters couldn't get up to them in time because the fighters couldn't climb that fast.
During a war, though,
Yeah, eventually they figured it out, but
if the fighters got better, they could.
they could, but they didn't have the climb speed to get up to where the Zeppelins were to bomb that, to hit early
Are
on.
we cleaning up? Is that what we're doing?
No.
Well, we're
Yeah.
taking notes. So France could pour all their money into
We're trying
here.
to make it where the Zeppelins are used.
So if they had a range of 6, they could. That would be one thing.
Yeah, they definitely got it.
I think Germany. I mean, Germany is not incentivized to buy subs and raid, but they did.
It should be cheaper than everybody else.
Subs are kind of, I mean, did it take that long to build subs? I guess maybe.
Well, also just think, Germany's under such pressure here, and they're going to waste their money up, but they did.
But that's a different decision. That's a different question. Question was, did it take 8 months to build subs?
No. I don't know. I don't know how long it took to build sub.
Probably. I'd look
I
it
mean,
up.
probably.
Does anyone say anything on our channel?
I don't know. Let's see. Violet Klinger-Smith. Avian shrink to Germany was 237, Russia 244, Britain 113, France 162, and Italy 220. And Austria-Hungary.
What is that? What's those numbers?
Hold on, Violet. I've got some good stats here. Germany had 12 airships. Russia 14. France and Britain had 6.
Each.
Sounds like they don't like what I did with Russia today. Although you actually.
Italy 9 and Austria-Hungary 3. They had 37, but anyway, the aviation strength was Germany 232,
Germany, yeah.
Russia 244,
I think the aircraft needs to progress.
Britain
I think in
113,
1914, basically, you can only use
France 162,
Well, for one,
15, they can fighter or
Italy 220.
Yeah.
Are these 1914 numbers you're throwing out, Violet?
I just, I pretty much.
look it up where the change
The only other
was.
thing I really.
And that way gives you some,
Austria-Hungary 79.
I mean, that's easy.
yeah, but it makes the game more interesting, and has some layers to it. Still keep.
I have Zeppelin tokens, so we don't have
I don't have a
that
problem.
blends.
I can stand bomb troops, as long as I can reach a city.
Because at
Do
first it said
something.
50.
They're August 14 numbers. Yeah,
Then the first few turns I got.
that's definitely something we gotta put in.
Willing.
And then that, we ended that. But then I looked at the board and I counted up and I was like, well, I've got.
So, I mean, our first task is to balance this out. So it plays more.
I think you just need to add a little income to, like, say, Austria-Hungary, maybe.
I'm hoping you people on stream can hear this too. So we got a discrepancy of 79 IPPs right now,
Hey, guys.
and that doesn't count the U.S.
What's that?
There's almost 80 IPP discrepancy between these powers. And yeah, we could boost Austria-Hungary up. We could bust Italy down a little bit.
Japan's not gonna matter, it's because it can go either way.
What's part of that number?
But it tended to go allied. And if we, anyway, so I don't think it necessarily needs to be even, but
Oh, no.
we need to figure out a way to balance it in a way that.
I thought the Germany's setup at the beginning was kind of light.
You know,
Infantry.
Well, the other thing is the Hungarians, they put their fleet in port and it sat there the whole time and was a menace by being in.
Will.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
Yeah.
And I don't have a
Protected port?
completely worked out, but
Basically.
the big thing about World War I
Yeah.
was the mobilization schedules, and it was due to trains and the ability to get people and logistics together. That's why you had the von Schlieffen plan, and that's why the generals convinced the politicians that you had to declare war on everybody simultaneously. In order to fight the Russians, you had to defeat the French first, which makes no sense to us today, but it made perfect sense if you had a timetable. And the timetable was based off of a train schedule and throughput. And the assumption, the reason why the Germans got caught with their pants down on the Eastern Front in Tannenberg, they were trying to defeat the French first, and they believed that the Russians were mobilized quick. So you could introduce, as part of the, maybe even part as a bonus income / bonus, maybe a bonus income kind of thing. Well, like I said, it needs work.
Yeah.
But where
essentially if you do well, you get a jump start as you're kicking off the first turn. And that would include any nation, but it would be somewhere on a scale of probability of doing well in mobilization.
Well, what if
It's
you just
all about mobilization.
what if you just spread the units out? Like, you know, if I spread these Russian guys out more,
Yeah,
they're going to have to come to the front,
that's
And
what I
they
was
would-
thinking
you
while
would-
I was talking.
and you will get this whole effect. And if I spread the French guys back a little
But
bit,
Russians mobilized a whole lot better than anybody believed they could. So I'm not disagreeing with the idea of
Yeah.
spread them out. I'm just that's one of
They'll
many
catch up to you in about
potential
2-3 turns for
They're
sure.
gonna use strategic rail to move all their stuff.
yeah, they're going to only have 2, right? So they're going to, so some people, they're going to be able to strategically move 2, but then there's going to be a lot of getting to the front.
Is this a cyan?
See, for Germany, it's no big deal because
Yeah.
they literally have center position and they're so small in terms of moving people around. It's pretty easy. But you might be able to give them a bonus
Yeah.
for their first build. I don't know.
Cyan, militia.
Germany should have a higher income. Its allies afloat. It kept its allies afloat for the most part. I believe the nation was shackled to a corpse supporting Austria-Hungary. That's true.
Yep.
Did you buy a fighter, Doug?
They would
Germany
have a
didn't
mic.
start getting
Can
fighters.
people mic into this?
Should have had one.
Yeah,
Doug?
one too.
What?
Can
Like
people
one in the
use
east,
a
one in the
mic
west?
and talk to us?
He used to mic and talk to us? No.
Well,
Who is it?
is that Dakota?
Yeah, that's Dakota.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
want
well,
me to call
Dakota,
him?
you know where we live.
You want me to call him?
No, it's gonna be too difficult, but email me. He's got a lot of good stuff he's been sharing. Okay. I know I'm probably murdering what's to say that name, but
Hey,
yeah.
Bill,
Okay. Yeah.
talking about Japan or Germany probably should start with a fighter.
That Germany probably needs.
Like Ryan
I
said.
started with one.
I mean, if Germany's 232, Russia's 244 of maybe lower quality, Britain's 113, France is 162, Italy's
Yeah, I had
220.
my mind.
So
And what
I
do you
had
think?
one on board.
What do you think about this? We do a little research on the fighters, and I'm not the expert on them. Kind of like I said before, 1914 through 1915, in 3 turns, the fighters basically are out observation. They can help in artillery. 15 is whatever. 16 if they become fighters, or 16 on. But depending on maybe 17, they have improved machine gun that, or I don't know. I'm just throwing some things out there to give the fighters. I mean, there's more reason to buy them.
I think that's going to be difficult.
Difficult for.
Well, again, we're having to go back to the rule. Say, what do fighters do, and what turn is it, and you
Yeah,
could
but you're
just
not
develop
having
it
to
or
roll and you're not having to research. It's just happening. Because most nations pretty much caught up with each other technologically through the war.
Yeah.
That happened in World War II as well. I mean,
So I think Italy, I don't know if Italy played.
No, we were talking here, so. I was just gonna pile a bunch of shit and doing though. Ground and pound.
yeah,
That's what this game's all about.
How was the U-boats reflected?
that was another thing. Is I
Never
feel
got
like
out.
they needed
Yeah,
to be
nobody
on there.
ever did them.
a
Never
lot.
got through.
Why
We
not?
had too much Navy.
U-boats weren't cheap enough.
Who was
Should
winning?
probably be
Allies
able to
are
build them in
winning.
one turn.
Can't see the board. I think we fixed that.
So
Um,
one discussion we could have. We played this game. So what elements of the war would we like to see, which are not well represented today?
Globalization.
That could be one.
yeah,
The U-boat
mobilization.
warfare could be another.
U-boats a big one.
So we could tune those areas. And
You're right.
Tanks.
I guess you wanna keep the
Light
convoy system kinda like, the 36 game, with lines like that.
Germany had twice as many people than France. twice as much mobilization ability, higher recruitment. So yeah, they did have more numbers, which I tried to reflect with the manpower thing, but
They were more prepared to
But
mobilize.
it doesn't matter how many of those men I had on my, I could only build so much because I only had so much money.
yeah, I think
Yeah,
maybe
you did have a lot more
up
money.
in
than me,
the
but you had
German submarines on the build chart that were.
What was your money? How much money did you have?
the 20. Didn't you have 32?
I was getting 38.
At 34.
Yeah, but I mean, you look at all the other things, like but then there was Africa. I didn't get distracted by anything else. I just said,
Yeah.
no, you know what? If no one's going to take out Belgium, I'm just going to keep
Maybe
following them
they
here
needed
and
more
smash.
min icons up towards the front.
Well, they could also get a bonus.
A bonus on what? More infantry
Well,
on
more
infantry in
money.
the place units box. So at the start of war, maybe
Yeah. So
maybe
they're
that's your
already-
reserves or something.
Yeah. There you go.
How about differentiating the price of units like you do in the other game? So that, for example,
It's hard for 3.
I know, but for example, artillery or some other.
Were they cheaper though? I don't know. I wonder.
Well, it's not.
I mean,
were they cheaper,
that would be a
it's
good way to
not
do it. Is the reserves in the place units box. So have a bunch of Germans, some French, a few Russians, and
place unit box, the end of
the
your turn.
that place where your units go, like they're start there, like they're already
The end
there.
of your turn.
Yeah.
They're
So at
just
the end
about
of your
to get
turn,
born.
you've mobilized more than the
On
other
the first
people
round.
on the first round.
First
For
round.
the second round, really, the first round.
Yeah,
So
they
there's
show
actually a
up
second round.
and so by round 2,
And you can have them both here in phase 1. So that
No, they'd be in the place units
Place
box
units,
because
so when it's
you
your
wouldn't get to
turn.
put them on until the end of the first turn.
yeah, I know. But if you wanted to do two rounds of this,
You could do 2
Mhm.
rounds, and you could have more of the. You could certainly balance it. Essentially the same amount per country. It's just that some countries like Russia and
I wouldn't even put them on. board.
UK have more
Put
in
them on
the
your sheet.
second
Round
box.
1, 6 infantry.
Yeah.
Put round 2, end of round 1, end of round
then you
2.
have to pay to move them
Why?
because that's how it works.
That's what I'm saying. I would rather. just
Otherwise,
put the
people have
sheet.
to remember that they have to move them.
Oh, I think
Yeah.
they remember that.
No, just put them on your
You should
sheet.
combine territory in Russia to make it easier
Don't
to
put them on the
swap
board. You have that stuff all over the board.
because
8
the Eastern
countries.
Front was
6.
very mobile and
and
constantly
then you have to
shifting.
decide whether they want to go.
That's an idea
So
because the
it takes
territories
half
in
an hour.
Germany are a lot bigger.
Because the players have to decide.
The territories in Germany, like there's only 5 of them, whereas Russia, it takes you 5 just to get halfway to Moscow.
Banana Wars. Somebody wants to make Violet
Yeah,
wants to make
and-
Banana Wars.
Distances are different.
We'll talk about
Germany's
that later.
blow up.
Yeah, but I like what's coming off the feed though. The territories could be different size, could be bigger.
Well, I
Like we're
think,
basically using the same borders as the other game, right?
Yeah, but
Um,
Western Europe in this is blown up, so it looks bigger, but it's really not. The distances are smaller.
But the fact that the distance is larger here means you can cover them. Like it's not about how far they are. It's about if it's smaller, you can compact your defense. Otherwise, you're more spread out, right?
No, I'm saying you blew your map.
I know, but it's not about the size of the. It's like if you just had one narrow choke point, it would be easier to defend that, right?
You're mixing gameism with like the gameism against.
The Russian territories, if like you could get through them faster
What if,
because they're bigger territories.
well,
Right, but there are greater distances represented by making the territory smaller.
Yeah, but like let's say you're trying to get through that door versus this whole complex and parking lot. You can cut that off pretty. If these territories are vaster, then Germany moves faster through them. There's no
But
way
they
to
shouldn't
choke
be
them
able to. They're
down.
walking, and the
But
distances.
you look,
I
But
was,
it was more on this side of the world. this side was where we
Yeah, you look at the
stacked up.
size. You look at the size of this.
Evolution is automatic,
Oh,
but the Russian,
Petrograd falls, it should be.
yeah, but the Russian Revolution occurred, you know, in a later year, but much less territory being lost than that. You know, maybe you want to force the Russians to be
What's
offensive
that?
so that the Russians
Well, we
have
didn't
to be
use it
offensive
because,
because if they
we
lose
found
even a
that,
little bit,
the
it really
territories
puts the
weren't like
pressure
they're
on
only
them.
this much smaller, right?
Yeah, I like that.
I mean, that's just a thought.
Or just would
Well,
it
that's
force them
okay.
to be offensive, or would it force them to be defensive? Because they wouldn't want to lose too much.
Well, but they're going to have to fight for that
You see how
frontal
small the
fight
territory.
territories
forward.
are, though, eh?
They're going to have to fight forward.
Like,
They can't
this could,
just fall
this
back
could
to
all be one
Moscow.
territory. Really.
It's just a thought.
I like it all. I like it all.
Or
World War One was slow movement. There was no blitz. This area's wilderness. Russia was far more prepared for World War One than World War Two. British are focus their forces. You need to make them spread the money.
Well, there wasn't many blitz.
Force them to do Gallipoli or make them align Arabia, because Arabia gave them a means to fight the Ottomans.
Or another thing, if the Russian casualties start to reach a certain number, people will start to get frustrated.
I don't want to have to track.
Yeah.
Is this morale stuff in the rules?
Well, the old morale stuff was as certain things happened, you lost morale. Like you lost a certain number of units, or you lost a home country, or victory city, or
It's a die counter game.
Okay, so but that's been removed.
it's too much tracking.
Yeah.
People don't want to track stuff.
No, we want to keep
People want to move. They want to play.
Yeah.
They want
So
to.
we need to streamline the neutrals, get that fixed, stuff in.
I still think you just roll a dice and see who wins the game, and you don't have to set it up. 2 dice 6, highest wins. You go home.
Yeah. Then you can go watch Oprah.
Yeah. Is that still on?
I don't know.
Yeah, she's still
I agree
around.
with what you said, Bob, but when you look at these territories, they're tiny, like over here. They're cut up into like tiny little things. Like if you just consolidated a few of them, you know what I mean? Like, let me
I
just
think there's
move-
room for
Are we
that.
done playing?
Yeah.
Okay, let's just move these out here.
It's just that it's not map scale. Like that sub, if it represents 2 inches, is not, you know, X number of miles per inch. And this scale is the same as this scale. Nope, it's not. This part of the map is intentionally enlarged because that's where most of the fighting takes place. So these territories are smaller to force you to take longer because it is much longer distances. I mean, these are
Not on the other
giant-
side of the map. Like over
Well,
here,
no,
it's
it's-
like 10 Germanys.
So there is some room to do exactly that. I'm not throwing your idea out.
Even
I'm
if we
just-
can get like one step closer to Moscow, that's all. That's
Yeah.
all we need to do. Like you look here, say this one here, the circle is back a little bit, so that takes out these ones here. This is one territory or two, I don't know, but this, and then this can either get larger. This could get larger. Like just Warsaw is here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I won't throw the baby out with the bathwater. I mean,
1,
but I
2,
would just be
and then this would
cautious.
be 3
And you know, part of that is
instead of
because we
4.
could have, you know, the Poles are part of the Russian Revolution. They revolt at the end. You know, they want their independence and all that.
Let's see, like this territory here could be 1.
We could take out Moldovia and make it all Bessarabia. And then there's those that I don't like. This stuff.
Yeah, that's always a problem.
Yeah.
Also in the water,
Yeah.
You know what? Oh,
in the sea zones,
yeah,
it takes 2 turns to go from here to here.
yeah.
But that's the same on the one as well.
I thought we take most of them out of global, didn't we?
No, that's still
There's still ones like that.
yeah, there and there.
Yeah, I don't like those. They make it difficult.
So what other aspects of the war did you miss?
I think we really got to put some thought into getting the Campbells into the game, because I think that that's really unique.
Oh, I love these.
I do
This
too.
is totally
And so
cool.
we got to find something really cool to get them into the game.
Well, we did come up with the rules for camels.
That's
So
what we were.
my camel rule was just like in 36. If you have a horse,
Cavalry.
if you have a cavalry and you roll a 12 in the desert, it's an automatic casualty for you. But not if you're a camel. You can build a camel in any desert. You can build it here, all the way through here, into your Soviets who had their own camels, into Mongolia, into China. So you're having did they have camels in Siberia? Anyway, so you got camels, pretty much all throughout Africa, and you got camels on the setup for the
Does the
Bedouins.
Cost the same?
They're
They
three
fight the
twos.
same?
They're 3 twos.
Do they fight the same?
Yeah.
Cost the same?
Oh,
Desert
So-
regions?
yeah, sure you
So
can.
people would buy camels instead of cavalry all day long because they never have to worry about.
But
the
you
fly
can't buy them except for in here.
in
You-
desert.
You have to
Desert.
buy them next to a desert.
Yeah,
And
you
then
can't buy
they
them
can
on the
go out
Western Front. I
You
mean,
know what you could do?
honestly, they would probably suck compared to horse cavalry.
more than a horse, can't they?
Yeah, I mean, they had a ton of horse cavalry and everything else.
World War One.
World War One. I mean, their horses were everything.
Can that pull
Here, so
to get some more
Moscow is
mobility?
not the capital of Russia, which
Sure.
is pointed out to
It
us.
makes you wanna
It's
buy
Petrograd.
Petrograd, and it doesn't
Right?
change
Once
till
you,
the revolution.
it makes you want to buy
Um,
cav because they can
yeah.
pull your artillery
Yeah.
quicker.
Violet,
Yeah.
you're right. You're right. It's Petrograd. We knew that. We just
They
Sydney's
will.
not the capital of Australia either. I've been harping on that for
Canberra.
years.
Is it Brisbane?
No,
it's Canberra, isn't it?
Oh,
Canberra.
it is Canberra
To
this day?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Sydney was never the capital of Australia.
It wasn't when it was done. It wasn't because
Yeah,
it
the
was
city's forcing the
capital, it was
revolution's
because it
good.
was a strategic city.
Yeah, it was on the coast, and they didn't want their capital to be on the coast.
Capital. I'm talking about Sydney. It was a strategic city. That's why I'm that way.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome on the feed, by the way. There's lots of good stuff coming up.
Oh, what about
Yeah.
The Morton had an idea with the
Yeah,
camels.
yeah.
I mean,
So horse, if they were able to not
two spaces.
I mean, I would just assume that anything that's an artillery on here has horse attached to it. And they don't-
Where'd that rule come from?
no, like if you think about what that is, that artillery unit, it's
Well,
not.
I
It's not.
understand that,
It's a cannon
but
with a
it's not
bunch of
any-
horses that
but
pull it
that's not anywhere
around.
in the rules that your artillery two places.
No, and I don't want it to be. It's slow, man. It's slogging around
Well,
at
you
8
just
miles
don't
an
want
hour.
What he's saying, if you have a cav, you should be able to pull that artillery two
No,
spaces.
a cavalry is a military combat unit.
There's one attached to all the armies just to pull artillery and
But that's what.
But
that's
what I'm
what
saying
he
is,
was just
this
saying.
right here has horses in it. You just don't see them.
That's what he
This
was
right
saying.
here,
Oh.
this guy right here goes to the bathroom. You don't see that either.
fair enough.
He's got a field kitchen attached to him.
Actually,
You
I
don't
saw
see that
guy go
either.
to the bathroom
These guys
earlier.
have horses.
Because
You ever see
otherwise,
him go to the bathroom?
what he's saying is if you should be able to
No.
pull. I agree with him. I think that makes you want to buy cav.
But cavalry moving quickly across the terrain is not the same as them pulling. Us. They pull at 4 or 5 miles an hour. They do not pull at 2 spaces. The whole point is speed. For the cavalry is
3 months.
Cavalry units have nothing to do, I agree.
Those are
completely with Will.
pack
Cavalry
horses.
units
This
have
is
nothing
what-
to
This
do
is a
with-
strategic game. You can't go every.
Why don't we put? Why don't?
Yeah, but
You know what
cavalry
I think
units, well, that's
for
the point.
camels,
That's
what
why
they
you
could
don't
do.
buy horses to pull your artillery.
because the artillery are already implied to be.
They're
Have
already
horses.
horse-drawn.
Exactly, and they don't move very fast when they do that.
No,
And this is actually, well, minus the couple units that you see in the beginning of Global 36, this is the last time large military combat formations, with the exception of what you see at the beginning of Global 36. I'm talking about combat formations, not the logistics of your formation.
Is that a capital? It's a city.
City.
Okay.
Now,
We will have naval mines, by the way, feed people. Yeah, both here and N36 Global.
One I thought
Yeah.
about with camels,
Yeah.
one of the things they could do is cross the desert. Nothing else can, but just a camel
That's already there.
can cross the Sahara,
Oh, you're talking about impassable.
the impassable desert. Why not? They do that.
I
I,
didn't say anything.
I'm just saying, why not? They do
I
that. That's
thought
what they
it
use them
You're
for.
acting like I said something like.
I thought about that too, because you do have these borders in here, so I mean,
Like you could go from Morocco over to there.
That's true.
there were
Interesting.
there are a lot of camels
Like it would take
that
you.
have
It would
done
take you
that.
2 turns of the
You'd
border,
have to go 1
and then 2.
and 2. Oh yeah, that's why the lines are through the desert, because they're still territories.
Cool.
And so
But
we're
over
gonna
here-
have camels cross the desert.
Now I brought up a rule once about going through. All
We could do
But we
that.
never had
You were talking
camels
about
then.
World War
No,
A.
I
You were
thought-
not talking about camels, and B. You were talking about World War II.
what was I talking about?
We could actually.
Remember, Doug?
Because it was impassable.
Not for a
Could,
camel.
But we were talking about camels. What
I
were we
know, we were
talking
talking
We
about?
could
something
actually
else.
have a
You want to do
rule
something crazy?
saying similar to the new Himalaya rules that if you roll a 12, the camel dies.
On the air hump.
Similar to so it's very.
That's
it's
a good
very-
one.
Could do
I
it.
mean,
It's
we're
very
getting
dangerous.
way down into the weeds when we're talking about camels dying crossing the Sahara. But
but
But if you stop, burn the dung, you could make dinner.
and you got to roll.
but yeah, I mean, if you wanted to make camels really special, you could do that. How maybe this is too much. What if camel could have an infantry accompany it through the desert, like hauling its water and all that,
That's what it is. It's infantry.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
mount-
infantry on it.
mounted? Okay,
Yeah,
They're not
okay.
just. They're not just
I,
camels.
They're not just camels.
I agree. I think
Well,
the
yeah,
camels
yeah, I
probably
know
weren't. I guess there were camel cavalry, but I
like a
think
caravan.
I'm happy just to have a camel on my board
No, I
that
like-
goes through the desert.
I like
But
that.
but as far as horses and the differentiating, I just think that you shouldn't be allowed to have a camel up here. You know what I mean? I think you should be. You should have to have in Africa or the Middle East or like
If
a.
you
but
bring
I
your
would like-
camel into there, so be it.
It's got to be lower than
The
Himalayas.
Russians
They're
brought
also
camels to
too.
Stalingrad. The Siberians showed up with pack camels.
Believe it or not, camels can handle the
Yeah, but
snow really
let's
well.
not,
Yeah.
let's not base a whole game off one incident.
Yeah. All I'm saying is you
But
can go from the
The
Himalayas.
Siberian, they have them.
Well,
You can go from the Himalayas there, and like just stay below Russia, and then Africa.
all Will's saying is instead of writing another rule in, don't worry about it because most people will be buying horses up there and camels.
If somebody
down
takes their
here.
camel and comes up here and comes up there, I don't
Yeah.
care.
By the way, this is a great region
Why
to use
care
camels.
about where people take their units.
I don't care. But I think a
Well,
camel
but
looks.
just like he was
The
asking
camel
earlier,
looks.
yeah,
just
horse
start there.
anymore. Why not just buy camels?
Right here, this camel. He's super
Because
cool. Okay, and if we're gonna
if you
make the
wanna
best game
buy a
ever, we want to
camel
have.
or
We,
Because
you
I
do it in
can't
the
buy
desert
camels
territory.
in
You
the
cannot build.
you buy a camel. That's why we're talking about the camel.
Brian, you can't
Right.
buy camels in the north though.
But
and
well,
so you wouldn't be
If it's
buying
if it's the same unit as a horse, but just different shape and form,
Yeah,
it's
you
just
can only buy it adjacent to a
yes,
desert.
but it's overly complex. It should have a special ability.
It
That's
does.
in the impassable.
It does. When you rolling just like in 39, if you were going to the desert and you're doing combat, you roll a 12, you're dead. But if you got the camel, you're alive.
It's small.
It's a
Very small.
Camels had a
advantage.
very small part of World War I. I hate to break it to all of you.
No,
I think they
it-
should just be able to cross the desert.
All right.
That could be an option.
Britain had 21
Because
normal
that gives you a
cavalry
strategic
regiments to start
advantage.
the war. Listen, Britain had 21 normal cavalry regiments to start the war, 66 yeoman cavalry, 4 reserve cavalry, and 4 guards cavalry. So one of which had bicycles instead of horses. So there were 21 camel regiments to start the war. British.
Did any of them ride camels?
Well, I assume
Well,
Oh,
21
sorry,
camel.
21
Yeah,
normal
camel
cavalry
regiments.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that
66
part.
yeoman
Cavalry.
cavalry, 4 reserve cavalry, and 4 guards cavalry.
No camels. Camels was later when they had
All
to
right,
start fighting.
I would
read
think the
camel when there was
French
no
Foreign
camel.
Legion had camels.
Camels was later when they had to fight a desert
Listed
war.
in India. 21 normal cav. These are great stats. You send these to me. Normal cav. 66 yeoman cav. They have some camels, right?
I like the rule of going, if you go across unpassable, you should, if you roll a 12, you should move by on that one.
Even with the
And you can
camel.
make it an optional rule.
Yeah.
So out
I
of the box
suppose they could,
rules,
even in the desert.
it's
Do that, then let them go all the way across then. Like, don't, okay, 1 and then 2 and, just 12. Kind of like where you went across
No,
the top of the board
now
here with
you're-
the
now
subs.
Now you're doing caveats there.
No,
Why
I'm
would
just
they
saying,
get to move faster across an impassable?
no, just the camel goes from one side of the desert to the other. An impassable desert.
3 spaces.
For the
You're
most part.
here, you can go here,
Speed says they
Yeah,
think
2.
they think the alignment thing broke the game.
3.
They don't like the alignment.
With Italy and Japan.
I think so. Yeah, I think. I mean, they were in the war.
How did it go in your first test?
Japan went wide, or
Anton.
and Italy. I can't.
In the real war, Italy went against the Austro-Hungarians, and they just fought over the mountain pass over here, back and forth forever.
Didn't they?
Very little actually happened. A couple of times the Germans had to come and help, but almost nothing happened there.
The Italians wanted
For
the land just on
territory
the other
changing.
side.
Well, all they got all.
What they wanted, although they probably wanted more than that.
Well,
they did feel.
Well, they wanted all of Dalmatia, what modern Dalmatia is called, but they were hoping for all of that.
Yeah, they probably were.
Let's go through this. Infantry, do you think?
2, 4, 4, 3 is exactly what it is in
I'm asking
global.
these guys.
If you change that,
I'm asking these
sunk.
guys.
Tell them what to
Do you
say.
think it's okay? Militia,
What's the price?
stormtroopers.
Militia's
Just
one.
read it, Doug.
Oh,
Read,
never
read the
used this
stats.
I'm sorry.
Read it's in the price.
3-1, attack 3, defend 1.
Attack 3, defend 1.
That's
It says
stormtroopers.
$1 for a militia.
No, that's wrong. It should be 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
My sheet said one, so I've been buying militia for one and round.
Yeah, well, that's what unbalanced.
No wonder
it
you
right
guys
there.
lost.
Yeah.
I wondered how you got so many militia.
Well, yeah, my sheet
I
said
didn't buy any
militia.
militia.
It said militia costs one,
That
so I
was
was
only
like,
a
oh,
pencil.
there's
Okay.
4 militia.
There's
what it
why
says.
That's mobilization, baby.
All right, well, we're done then. Print it.
All right.
So stormtroopers, the cavalry, attack 3, defend 3.
Sorry, guys, I'm just going out
No,
of the shoe.
That's my fault.
3-3.
3-3 for Cav.
You like that? Same with camels,
Yeah.
right?
Should be, well, in global 3-2.
What's 3-2?
Cav.
Cav. Says 3-3.
I know, but let's talk about it. Do you want to keep it the same?
I'd go 3-2.
I
yeah,
would.
3-2 perhaps.
And as well as they attack.
Well, and they're not
They're
an entire infantry.
Especially not against an
They're a
armored division.
regional size unit. They're very small.
So camels is going to be 3-2 as well.
Yeah.
And move.
2.
What? 2?
Yeah, they
Cost?
move 2, just
Cost the
so
same.
camels gonna be 3-2 as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cost 3. Same.
I would give camels the stats for crossing deserts.
Yes.
Impassable deserts, give movement 1, not 2.
They spend their whole movement and they reach the other side.
They take them forever to get over there. You might as well walk around the desert at some point in time. I'm not disagreeing with that,
No.
but the whole idea is to
1 turn, 2 turns, 3 turns. Here you'd be going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
No, but I mean, you can start over here.
You can go from here to
I'm
here.
just
Get on the
saying,
ship
it's
and
not
go
gonna
around.
take it if you're over here.
Yeah, that's the
We're
only
trying to
point.
It's just logical. You have
Could,
oases where they can.
There are routes through there.
Could enemy camels
Another-
clash in the desert?
Statistic to do.
Let's just roll the 12 once though, not every space they go.
They would be able to fight across the desert.
There's nobody in the
You
desert.
guys in your camel.
Could camels fight in the desert?
Well, there's no,
Well, what we're saying
the
is,
desert is
you're
not a no
here.
zone,
you use your entire movement
a
to get
border.
across.
so
That's your entire movement. If you wind up in combat on the other side, yeah, sure, you're gonna fight.
Well, you can fight in regular desert.
You can fight in regular desert. You can fight in this impassable.
Like if you have an Ottoman camel
Unless it
here
warrants.
and a French camel here, the French camel, they can fight in there.
the impassable
True camel
desert.
fly.
You're gonna injure move in a regular
Okay, let's
desert.
move on.
Awesome.
Tanks. Tech 5, Defense 2.
Well, you have an issue
Good
here.
one.
Southern Algeria is a desert territory,
Reach limit.
but it has
How many
another border
people bought
in the impassable.
we had to develop them.
So
Yeah.
None
a
of-
camel
none of
could
us-
go one,
None of us.
then
cars
next
were
turn
taken
one.
out.
No, what I'm saying is you use your whole move to get through the
Artillery
desert. Like
4-4
you just,
first
Is a
strike.
tank a little too expensive?
I had it at 4-2. Doug made me.
Did?
Yeah, that's you,
What
baby.
do you always blame me for?
Because you're the one who hates.
Well, tanks are not very effective.
Yeah, I too strong.
I mean,
Yeah, the tanks really sucked in World War One.
Well, the point is to break the trench lines.
Well, that's their strength, but
You know,
as
the
you
only
see, there's
reason
not
they
that
keep
much
it
money.
bumped up is
I
because
say,
it costs
yeah,
so much.
let's bump it down to a 4.
A 4-2 for what?
For tank.
No, for what cost?
I don't have the cost on this
Cost.
sheet.
It's 3-2.
3-2, yeah.
Was that the cost?
That's the same price as an
Five.
artillery.
Has to be developed.
So now the only thing a tank does is increase the number of rounds by 1.
Well, see, that's if
Or
I would
does
buy.
it-
I would buy a 4-4 artillery way before I'd buy a tank at this rate.
Well, what if, so it increases the number of rounds by 1, but the trench bonus for defending infantry? Or is that too
Well, what
much?
it does here, each tank and infantry pair gain another round of combat versus trench line, not mountain.
So you're getting more rounds against the trench.
More rounds, but what about the infantry bonus that are entrenched? Does that get,
The way is
It's gotta
I mean,
be
how-
less expensive.
the way it reads
Buy
here.
enough to pair.
Yeah.
The way it reads here, it's only pairing with an infantry, and just those guys get to do an extra round.
Right, that's what I'm saying. If at this expense, you'll never buy enough to pair 1-to-1 infantry and tank.
never?
Yeah,
Either
I
makes
tell you, an
sense.
artillery is a much better buy. If it's
Yeah.
the same price, and you're
What about the
pairing.
5-2?
Now we're going to a 4 on the tank. So
Oh,
it's less effective.
staff.
Mhm.
But we need to change about why would people buy it?
Why would people buy a tank?
Well, they protect the troops for one. They did have armored personnel carriers. The British came out with them, as well as the Germans.
did they?
They did?
Yeah.
Like APCs?
It's like big old tanks that throw a bunch of men in them.
Oh, yeah. You mean
the,
just
the Germans looked just like the A7V, but the British would look like more like your Mach 5, Mark 5s. Yeah, you can Google it.
Yeah, the housing for machine gun fire,
Mhm.
right? So they bounce.
But-
Because one tank ain't one tank.
It's self-propelled artillery. The British came up with it.
Yeah, I got a couple of those off your shapeways.
So we're gonna have to work on the tank.
Okay.
Artillery 4-4. Cost
Is
5.
that too much? It's
Well,
4-4
to me-
for 5.
Artillery is, to me, it's more of a attack than it is defense, but we got us at 4-4.
If we keep it the same.
Because they do have their first strike paired with infantry, that helps.
Well, they're boosting up your infantry by 1, so they're basically a 5-4, and they're getting first strike, so they're taking out something. I mean, artillery killed 58% of people in World War I.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could zero in for defense. So.
And aircraft artillery, what are you designating that as?
We took it.
The tanks here,
In the design?
you know, aside from the costs that we don't think are enough, we also have to develop them. So it costs you. God
Yeah.
knows how much money to develop a tank.
That's why 2-2.
Or just take out the development and say you can build tanks in 60, whatever year. You know, the years come along, okay, everybody can build tanks now.
1960.
Yeah, but if you do that, you might as well do that with 36, like with jets and some of these other ones that came out in certain years. I just like one building at a certain time.
Is there anybody that starts
The
with
difference is that
research on the
jets
tanks?
Uh,
Are somewhat
I think so.
advanced.
But it isn't
Not
the,
The tanks are basically
But
crowded.
not everyone had tanks. Russians didn't have them.
French,
British, both start with
them.
Ottomans didn't have them.
There was I got that one Austro-Hungarian
French starts with
tank
1,
from
Britain
you.
2.
Yeah, but
For tanks?
it was a prototype.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
the
wasn't.
Brits had an advantage. I'd almost developed a tank. I would have had it developed.
Americans
I would have
barely
probably
even
had
a
tanks
tank.
and
Doug, are you talking
We
about
just used the French Renaults.
APC?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The Americans, we mostly use the French Renaults, didn't we?
yes.
Well, those little.
Dakota says he wrote up rules for that.
I haven't said anything about tanks yet, but thinking about it, you could just make it better by taking away the whole trench line part.
Yes, the high
And just
APC
give it
and
round limits
to
extra,
take a
so
look at
that's
that
very
for
powerful.
expansion.
I mean, if you're fighting in one space, you have a
So fighters are 2-2.
it would speed up.
Plus
It would
6.
speed up the game.
Dogfight
because
observation.
tanks are more powerful. You get more
Stuff with
more
infantry
rounds
gear.
of combat. You get more chance of taking the territory.
Dogfight observation
you're-
You gotta read the rules, Doug.
with interrupter gear.
So you're saying just have the 3-round limit, no trench line, period?
I would say maybe give pairing tanks with infantry for each tank another round of combat, and that's it. Not versus trench lines, but always terrain.
Oh, so
permitted.
tanks will always break the trench line, right?
Well, no, he's saying
No,
with or
you
without
get-
a trench.
You get another combat round for
Okay.
each tank paired with an infantry.
That's what you get now.
So you
don't
could
need
get
that trench line.
two.
He's saying wherever you go.
But-
Yeah, whenever.
So
Some
instead
of
of
them-
3, you could have 4.
I feel like the when you're not in the trench line.
is in that you combat rounds, so you have more chance in taking the territory.
Yeah, but you have 3 anyway, right?
What do you mean?
If you paired with 2 infantry.
If you're not against the trench line, you have 3 rounds.
Yeah,
The whole point of the tank is to break through the defensive structure of wherever you're going, right?
So you'd get 4 rounds then?
yeah. If you bring 3 tanks, you have 6 rounds. So
You add 1 round max.
Well, if you have more rounds, this
If you
front's
have
gonna
a tank,
collapse.
one or more tanks,
Yeah,
it adds
front of the
around.
line for sure.
Even late in World War One, tanks were so unreliable.
Oh yeah, a lot of
Yeah,
them broke
that-
down.
Still limiting it to just 2 rounds is pretty realistic.
Another round.
So another round of combat with 1 tank or 1 or more tanks. Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying? Yeah, because if you're just pairing it 1-to-1 with a dude, then like you look at the line we had here, right? So okay, your tank and your dude get to roll against these guys again. Just those guys get to roll against these guys. I mean, that's just suicide.
Yeah, that's too much work.
Right. You wouldn't do
It's
it.
just suicide.
You wouldn't do it. That's what I'm saying. It's too expensive. You can't buy that many.
But if everybody got to go for an extra round, that's a reason to have a tank.
and what about first strike against trench?
For a tank,
I don't think we'd have first strike.
they're too slow.
Yeah, they're not like artillery where they sit back and pound at people.
No.
I mean, what if they were cheap, like a 2-2, but they had this
They
In
get
fact, they were taking
round
artillery
extension
to
and-
forward.
you know, and there were casualty to take.
I don't know if
coming
I'm
in.
making that cheap. Maybe, if it adds around, it'd be an incentive to buy a tank.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, but just but
Making the cost of
but it
fuel.
what but it I mean, it's not going to be more effective as a it's more like a 2-2 that gives you a bonus, extends the round,
Yeah.
you know, and then
What do you mean, 2-2?
It wasn't the thing.
it's more like an attack 2, defense 2, or 3-1 or something.
Or 3-2 maybe.
5-2 right now.
Well, listen to what I'm saying.
I am. I'm just saying that's a pretty drastic change.
Well, if we're changing the whole type of the unit, though.
But what it
We're not-
does, the bonus of the tank is worth far more than its attack value.
Exactly.
That's how it should be.
If it's a 2-2,
And that was the whole reason why it was invented, was to get through the trench line.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
Doug,
one
if
round.
it hit you one more time on the round that y'all just played, he would be dancing naked in Munich.
but
Now, what happens if I had a tank? Will that negate the round?
no,
What
No,
about like
that's not what they did.
No,
No, they were only offensive weapons.
what about tank traps and stuff like that? Yeah, like you've got tips and stuff for those.
Well, you've still got
That
the
somehow-
trench line benefit of your infantry defending at +2.
Like, could you negate it anyhow?
Well,
Tank traps.
I think it's just part of the +2 fortification line.
Because buying a tank trap, I mean, that's a pretty easy way to stop that, right?
But just buying a 2-6 infantry, once you got your fortified line there. The other thing is with the artillery, you're pairing all your attacking infantry. So all your infantry are now 3s with your artillery
10 supply depot.
on attack. It does incentivize you to attack,
Yeah.
but creates large casualties.
I have airstrips already. I have supplies already.
I really like the
I'm not
one
sure
extra
if I
round
have
for everybody.
supply depot.
But numbers, you were saying 2-2. How
But,
about 3-2?
I won't order them later.
3-1.
If I don't have them, 'cause I have
I don't
Yeah,
know.
3-1's
many
good too.
markers.
3-1's
There is something
pretty-
in between.
Pretty solid.
Okay.
Because there's really
Let's
no
test that.
defense to them.
I will not
And then
pay
cost?
for them. If
Because
I
that's a big bonus. We
modify-
could keep it 3-2.
I wouldn't cost them more than 4.
No,
Really?
What do you think?
With that big
Well,
bonus?
the
The round bonus is worth something.
It is.
round bonus is huge. That's the value of them. If you
I-
go with
I don't have
3-2,
them.
they're still expensive enough though that you don't have a tank on every front or every. If you go to the trench line rule that you were talking about, where it's 6 cover 1 boundary and 12 cover 2 boundaries,
Yeah.
that
Well,
rule,
if we do it like that,
yeah, I mean, I like that. And then you end up having to buy more tanks.
well, I bet we go 5 and
5 what?
well. So what we're saying is, okay, let's say you've got
Oh, your
Say-
trench line's 5.
you've got
Yeah.
here, and then we have trench line markers. Nobody just got them out. Okay, so I got 5 guys. Here's my trench line. But what if I've got guys coming up from here? I need to have 10 guys to have a second line. So I can't just defend every place with a
Yeah.
trench line,
Like,
right? I've got to have more guys to have critical mass for.
Well, if there was only some place we could buy trench lines from.
There he is. We've got him.
I've got a whole box of them at home already.
good credit, bad credit, no credit. Come to HPG.
Where are your trench line markers?
I'm gonna need to.
What are you calling trench line?
The ones that you made for me that were brown.
Trench works?
Trench works.
Trench works.
So there's just little chips?
They're little black chips with white lines.
There
on
There
them.
should be
I'm gonna
some
use some.
in here somewhere.
They're half inch.
Somebody.
Yeah, I know, the square ones, right?
In somebody's box.
Okay, we got
They're
our,
in
okay,
there.
so, yeah. So next thing then, did we decide on artillery? Was
No,
that a
it's
good
a
one?
4-4.
No one's saying.
Oh, here we go, trench line.
Yeah, that's
Trench works.
And
Well, that
5,
trench line-
cost
Yeah,
5 was
more than
good?
Trench works.
The cost of 5 was
Oh,
good?
trench works.
I didn't.
all right. Well, we'll just throw it down on the box here.
The cost of 5 was good?
for artillery.
Yeah.
I thought really powerful, but also I was
Another one.
forced to kind of buy them.
Is there maybe some kind of terrain that you can't take artillery though? Like I don't see any marshes, but I would say for sure not tundra.
Oh, there's a Pripyat.
Well, yeah, nobody can get through those.
Yeah. The camels.
Oh, it's towing artillery through marshes, right?
Yeah, that wouldn't.
And
get
then when
very
you
far.
leave, it becomes a desert, right?
So I'm just asking, is there anything more to
How
say
about
about
wherever the
artillery?
camel goes, it turns.
I think they're very powerful.
Turns into what?
Like the camel sets foot.
And it becomes a desert. If you have a camel, no matter where it is, including a season, it's desert.
Yeah.
You can't
Right.
move artillery through a desert?
No, I wouldn't think so.
Well,
Yeah.
Not in this
You'd have to
area.
go around.
So this-
Like I'm talking about not the
Yeah,
impassable desert, but any desert.
Something like that.
was a slow pace fight.
Yeah.
Observation only, then they
So-
progress up. And I don't know. I mean,
If you
I
have
just
the
kinda threw
tank.
some stuff on
Yeah.
it. Just like you said, have some research on that. It'd be easy to find
Where he
got
broke
the
the
information.
still.
where the break was,
Right.
and
Right.
That would be the plan.
and we can
So maybe
No.
as an offensive weapon,
It doesn't have to be.
if you
I
bring
got
in
the
a tank,
information on it right now.
Mhm.
you
Make a
could
little
just keep
set-
while you have the tank.
Yeah.
Why not?
table there. Put
The
what you
tank
think.
could
Tack-
be the
move.
transition
I left
from
the
World
cost
War One
exactly the
warfare.
same.
Because
I
what's
love
gonna happen is
Well,
if you have one tank, whoever has the most forces is gonna win. It's just the war's gonna be over before he's just gonna win. I mean, even if Germany and France fight to the death, somebody has one tank, the person with the most forces, wins, and then the war's over in one turn. If you're gonna do it that way,
I mean, I could probably.
because you gotta keep going.
I could probably.
I like the extra round. I feel is very powerful.
Yeah, okay, so let's move on. And you don't want to change artillery.
Not
Anti-aircraft,
yet.
I'm never gonna buy
We're taking it
anti-aircraft.
out. We're gonna take it out. We are done with that.
And you nixed armored
What,
cars
anti-aircraft?
too, right?
Or
The outer
done?
mechanics
What?
of it.
Anti-aircraft done?
Number one.
Yeah, why would
is to
anybody
see-
buy it with the
as
air
far as
units
I'm
in the state?
concerned,
So what about
we've got the
fighters?
map, and
Um,
we have a pretty decent
Well-
starting setup. I mean,
Because that's something we could talk
That's
about,
all
like they're not very
with
useful
the
at this
ships.
point, right?
well, they make your best unit a
Right.
+2.
we have a lot of mechanics.
They do, and
We need to.
I agree that the
retreat.
retreating interrupter gear is not very
And the
exciting.
stuff and the diplomacy stuff.
Had me on the
learned
edge of my
since we've
seat.
been here.
Okay, let's go on. What about bomber? 3-3
I tried developing it, but it never happened the whole game.
strategic bombing.
We're still on
Nobody bought
fighter.
any.
What about it?
Anything about it?
Yeah, I'm at a table here. I'd kind of like to see 1914
Somebody said,
0-0
somebody says you can't build in the desert,
observation for
which
artillery.
I agree, but you can build wadis.
Okay, well,
1915
yeah.
Was there
becomes a
a-
fighter.
Was
2-2. The cost
Apparently
would always
Bob's
be the
done it.
same, 3-3.
I've done it.
But the move would
The
probably
Iraqis
increase
did it.
towards the end of
The
the year.
Iraqis did it, and Bob
This
was
is
in
for
them.
fighter.
So is a bomber
It can be
just
done.
for strategic
These are
bombing?
just.
You couldn't use it in combat?
I'm just
There
saying,
weren't many instances of
Plus
it
one
being a
artillery
combat thing. It was
observation
more of a
here.
strategic bomber.
dogfight, nothing,
Russians,
something like that.
they did have Ilya Muromets
He said
bombers
he
in
has the information
1914
that-
right at the beginning, I think.
I think
Right,
they've
yeah.
got
Makes sense.
a strategic bomber on level 4.
The issue.
But they
Or
still
whatever.
have to develop
So
it
what-
one more.
what year
Same
are
with
we
the
now?
Italians.
17
I think
But-
they're both one away from really just having it.
But the
So
whole
that-
game I rolled to get it and I never
Yeah.
did.
And what does it do, the bomber?
Yeah.
It's
So that's a disadvantage.
strategic.
But I really
Blood
like it because there's a lot of
Is it only strategic
I mean,
bombing?
There's not
I'm
many
thinking
factories
fighter
in this
was-
game.
minced meat.
No. No bases to blow
What is
up.
this, really?
against the
Well, I
17
guess-
fighter.
You
Right.
could do the
Really?
naval
So,
bases.
so
I was
really
doing
like
some
it, but-
hypothetical.
Bomber.
It'd be an advanced rule.
I don't know, the
I
notes
wanna
just
see-
say strategic
I had no
bomber.
idea.
Play with it.
That would mean that
I wanted to
it's
see
just a
if
strategic bomber.
powerful to do
It's got a move of 4.
But it
So that
would
means
not be at this
I
point
could,
in the
I couldn't
game. So,
try
there
to
is-
bomb his infantry or
tension.
anything, could I?
but there is not a big
No.
threat.
Did anyone have a problem?
But does it
with
have an
the
attack
ship?
defense at all?
There is tension.
The bomber?
Yeah.
That's good for you.
It says
anyone have a
attack
problem with
angry
any ships?
defensive.
I don't think they would invite all that ground.
No, I
All
thought the
that-
pre-dreads and dreads
They
worked
weren't
pretty
really
well.
this powerful.
I was looking to see. if it
No,
would
the
pay
bomber
out. It doesn't pay
attacks
out
and
at this
defends
point
at
in the
3.
game.
That's only
So Japan can
strategic.
have
That's not
ambition,
against
but they should first
land
grow.
units or anything.
Yeah,
If you do
Will
this
doesn't
too
think it
early,
attacks
like
them.
now,
If it's at attack defense at 3, that's what it does.
Did you use?
Okay.
So it would
It would be
attack
like-
land units probably only, or maybe
Did you use any of your surface ships already?
Yeah.
we never got out to the raiding part. Like nobody has ever, there wasn't ever enough anything.
So, 1917 was the turning point
So perhaps
in which tanks had
there should be an option
breakthroughs,
of
and
historically
yeah,
they skipped
Channel dash.
they
skipped
learned from the
between
mistake.
Yeah.
around the blockade.
So
So
you
that,
could say
even though that the
from
British were very
1917 on, you only had
Your,
4 turns.
so.
This is Italian,
Right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I saw the escort duty
Around
and
the
stuff, so
blockade.
I thought this was just
Yeah.
kind of the fun box.
Or get them out in the Atlantic.
You
Fleet?
put some fun
No,
stuff in there.
the ships.
Everything?
Well, a single ship.
I'm tickling your
As many as you
supplies.
want. Say I want this one to go out in the ocean, it will die.
Yeah.
What kills it?
I don't know.
12 only? Higher or lower?
But it's the concept of we want to,
Yeah.
and
Well, you know, I had an idea, and I'm not the only one coming like that. It's like going through the Gibraltar, you know. If someone says if you're on both sides, you can't go through. Well, to me, a submarine should be able to at least attempt,
You can.
but roll a die.
Das Boot.
You can go through Gibraltar with a submarine
Great movie.
in every game we have.
You can't have one side, right?
If you have, it's Gibraltar that controls this.
Yeah, it's not
What I
the-
said was I think a enemy sub should be able to go through. the
It can. It's always been able to go through Gibraltar.
Oh, that's the way I've always played.
If both sides is owned by the other player.
Submarines? Yeah.
Submarines can go through straits, not canals, but straits. So
Are
you've
been
been
Danish?
able to do
Are
that.
they fired upon?
Well, if they're maybe.
They submerge right through.
No, I'm talking there.
No.
Talking about if it's open.
Ever since this game's been out, you can take a destroy. I mean, you can take a sub right through the
That's the
straits.
impression I was played under.
I thought it was only Gibraltar.
Nope. If you read the rules, it says straits. Not canals, but straits.
Yeah, because canals, you have locks in a system, and yeah, that. But a strait, you still
Oh,
have
there's
quite a
these
bit of.
things here too.
You still have quite a bit of water.
I mean, the only straits in the game are the Denmark Straits.
Gibraltar and
Well,
Turkey's,
the
Turkey's
Bosphorus,
treated like a canal, right?
it is treated like a canal because it's so narrow.
Yep. The Turks had coastal guns in that little narrow
They
area
had-
you weren't getting through.
Oh, they had tons of stuff up there.
Someone is posting some research on fighters and then maybe you wanna.
All right,
Uh,
this is posting what?
Okay.
Update the Air Force strength of World War One. Japan had
Who's that?
in
Okay.
1914. Hey, wherever you're getting these, Violet, send them to me. Send me your sources.
Hand me your cash.
These are the ones I use at home too. I like
America.
those ones.
Can you pass America's box over?
Who's got the neutrals?
And the neutrals as well, please.
Did you play?
All right, so some dudes. We got Chinese dudes,
Here's this is the box.
Chinese people.
Chinese people.
Well,
in the desert on a horse with no name.
Yeah, they have birthdays.
Felt good to be out of the
Yeah,
rain.
that's coastal guns. And
Well, there was a lot of stuff we had to resolve, but I thought that was pretty enjoyable.
It was it was good. It was cool. A
slow.
lot to be done.
But
It's boring.
I swear to God, guys, it said one on my feed.
Oh, no, that's what-
Nobody disputes you.
No,
It's
no,
okay.
No, it's
Really.
cool.
no,
Playing the game, that's for
but I feel bad.
I'm known to put it there.
I hope you enjoyed playing, Misha, because this last time Cheater's gonna come to this thing.
Oh, are you kidding me? I mean, we had to work out a lot of mud, but I actually had more fun today than yesterday.
Really?
I did, but I like World War One. So.
I think World War I is cool. I think we've got a
I
lot.
I was stagnated. I couldn't do anything.
Yeah, Austria-Hungary was not that fun. I would have been nice if it was a little more dynamic.
Well, but maybe it would have been if I didn't have a ton of militia. So that's why I feel so bad about
this.
it.
Is third, fourth, fifth time I played it. This was a different experience.
So do we need to modify some borders as well?
Probably.
We were talking a little bit about Poland and maybe like Western
might wanna do
Ukraine.
that.
These
Take a
cross
bigger-
borders don't work very well where you have the crossing on them, where it's a cross.
And what do you guys think about splitting? I see why you do it in Global 36 because these are 3 independent states that you have to annex. But would it be easier for the Centaurs to have all of this as, like in Russia, they call this whole region Pre-Baltica, and everybody views as one giant region.
Yeah, I'm skeptical of that because they all go independent after the war.
Oh, okay.
And then there's
If you combine it, you leave yourself out of the opportunity of doing something fancy.
Well, and that's what's hard for me to tell because of that militia mistake and maybe a little bit too. They never really threatened me up there, you know.
Hey,
So that's
Bob
It's very
leaves
hard.
in the morning.
It's
so
very
we
hard
need to
to
do a group
discuss
picture.
that.
Well, can you do a delayed picture to your phone?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know how to do delayed pictures.
well, that's why I told Will I'm sorry, but I'm just going off the sheet. I
Misha,
didn't have
you know how
to
to do a delayed picture on my phone?
Yeah.
I've maybe.
Yes or no?
No.
I'll do that.
You got an iPhone, right?
Yeah.
Do you know how to do a delayed
No,
photo?
either said no.
Oh,
Delayed what?
I put my
delayed photo on an iPhone?
Should be
It
easy enough to find out.
should not be difficult.
Oh, can you have Siri do it?
I already have her
Siri,
doing
do
my
a delayed
laundry.
photo. A photo in 10 seconds.
Yeah, there's a timer button. Launch the camera app on the iPhone. Tap on the timer. Choose either 3 or 10
I think
seconds.
she's gonna do it.
Japan had 24.
Okay, she opened the camera.
Oh, there's a little
Okay, she
clock
didn't
up
take a
there.
photo.
Here it is.
Oh, I
Japan had 9,
I found
Japan
So we
two.
can put it on your stand.
had 24 float planes.
No, you can't,
Farman F7,
because you'd have to have this case on there.
and a new
No,
Ford
your phone.
M1.
Oh, okay, yeah, we can do it. So I just gotta, let me just finish this off then. Okay, so we're gonna finish off this video.
Violet,
Thanks for joining us
This
here at Historical Board Gaming. Came here, we still got a lot of work to do on it. Clearly it's not, this year, but we didn't think it would be. It's gonna be sometime next year, hopefully. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for joining. Okay, so open up the phone
Yep, open up the camera app,
and photo.
and then you got a timer here,
Okay.
and then you hit 10 seconds as your longest option. And then you'll have to run like the Dickens to get around.
Okay, so we'll have to, I've got it set up.
like Charles Dickens.
Okay.
Where are you gonna do this? I'm gonna be taking the HBG photo. Everybody,
We'll get the subscribers in.
we got Dakota and Violet on the deal.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, we got a photo tunnel going here.
gonna be too close. Yeah, this way too
But
close.
then there's like
A deployment.
Okay,
There's some.
got some serious.
You can move the chairs into there, okay?
And then
I need a lens on there. I've got the whole thing there.
Okay.
All the yellow.
Oh, holy moly.
where are we gonna take it? Over here?
Here, maybe we don't want it.
Well, you're gonna be on camera.
We're gonna end the stream.
Oh, we're gonna end the stream. All right. Well, hey, thanks everybody for here. Appreciate it. Douglas, be friends. Turn it off.